Well, I mean, some of the more stunning examples of positive results from both light therapy and electromuscle stimulation would include patients who literally could not walk for several years and now can walk as a result of the EMS that they got with Neuro 20. We've seen patients with Parkinson's and a history of tremors mitigate those tremors for long periods of time just based on the effects that light has on that particular condition. We've seen patients with significant drop foot where our electromuscle stimulation and the combination of light therapy has eradicated it from their life 100%. They don't have drop foot anymore. Those are types of things you don't just see anywhere. We've had patients with multiple systems atrophy, where, if you're unfamiliar, it's a similar disorder to Parkinson's, where an individual, who's a little more advanced stage may walk a little bit like kind of C-3PO from Star Wars, right? It's not exactly smooth and fluid, but within just a few minutes of using the suit, they can walk in a normal fluid fashion like you or I can. And more importantly, when you turn the suit off, your question is, will that hold? And the answer is yes, it will. At least in the immediate sense, days, weeks, etc. And in some cases, you're dealing with neurological conditions where we're never going to claim that we have any kind of cure for those things. But what we can do is mitigate the symptoms and give them a higher and better quality of life by keeping that stuff out as much as possible. I mean, MS, for instance, the symptoms become very difficult to live with. So if they get into more of a maintenance or management program with us, we can keep them strong, coordinated, and relatively pain-free. And I say relatively just because everybody's different, right? Some people, we can eradicate pain completely, and others may need at least more sessions or a longer program to take care of that. We have a patient who came to us after having had a stroke about 15 years ago, and as a result of the stroke had an immediate severe pain issue with the trigeminal nerve in their face. This can be a very, very painful condition. And to have suffered that for 15 years with really little effect from other types of therapies, when we used our Firefly infrared and red light, almost instantly the pain was reduced. And now that individual comes in for maintenance visits because we can get that pain to basically be gone for a couple of days at a time. Now, I'm still working with that patient to try and experiment with longer sessions to see if that will buy him some more time. We want this to be as effective and as long lasting as possible. But, in his own words, it's the first time that he had been pain-free in 15 years, right? So that's
got to be amazing.
It's extraordinary. It's very compelling. It's very telling of what the tool is capable of doing for people. And yet I always try to put the caveat in it, that is that individual's story. And I don't make guarantees that it will have the same profound effect on everybody who walks in the door. I do know that it won't hurt them to try these different non-invasive therapies. And for the most part, we do see positive results in almost every case on some measurable level, right? So that's just a matter of time and kind of just experimenting with what happens to work best for that patient. Of course, we do all that under the direction of our medical director, Dr. Arden Anderson, DO. Each new patient has an opportunity to sit with him and visit about their condition or the circumstances that they're dealing with, and then make some determinations as to whether both of our non-invasive stimulation programs will work either exclusively or together. My name is Steve Sanborn. I am the CEO of PainLab. I am the founder of the business, and I did so in order to provide non-invasive stimulation therapies to people. My background with these tools is based on a number of years of working with the manufacturers of these devices, so I came to know them very well and just could see clearly how effective they were, especially if they're used in conjunction with each other. And so I made the determination that we needed a clinic here in the Kansas City area to start offering this to patients who may have tried many other approaches to solving their mobility or neurological or pain issues and have been unsuccessful. So having worked with doctors around the country, I could see what I think the average person doesn't get to see, which is a lot of positive benefit that comes from these approaches. So I made it a point to create this clinic for that purpose here in Kansas City.